Hello and welcome back to the Android alarm clock tutorial. So in our last video we have created the spinner. I'm going to bring this thing up. So we created a spinner, we have populated the spinner with values, and but right now the spinner does nothing when we click on it. So in this video we're going to make it so that the user or our app can tell what value the we selected in our drop down menu, and then I think we'll get to the point where we can create the service logic where if we pick one value then it plays this sound, if we pick another value it plays another sound, and so on and so forth. So let's do the first thing here, which is get an ID from our drop down menu. So let's go do that. And we'll go to our main activity, and we will be going to our button alarm off section, or no, we will be going to the on item selected part. So right now it's blank, so we want to write something where if we pick a thing from it, then we should be able to output out. So what we will be doing is this long ID, the one that's an input parameter into it. We'll be taking that out. So we'll be outputting whatever ID the user has selected. And we're going to call it whale. We'll call it choose a whale. We'll call it choose whale sound, and we'll call that int. Well, do you have to do an int? You know what? I'm gonna just try just doing the ID. It is a long, and I prefer ints, but let's see what happens if I'm sure we can pass longs as well. So this is going to be complaining because we never actually made a symbol for this, and when it's absolutely right, so we have to go all the way up here and we have to declare our symbols. It's going to be long choose whale sound. So now it should be happy. So now we have this variable choose whale sound, and it's going to be outputted from the on item selected menu. So first we are going to let's check this. We want to pass it around to the receiver, but first we want to actually pass it, and we pass it with the this put extra intent thing. So let's see, at first I'm just going to run the program just so we get a head start on it. So here we are. This one we already passed an intent. That's just so we know that we pressed the alarm on button, but now we're going to put in an extra long value into my intent, and this tells the clock, whoops, yes, initializing, that's great, that you want a certain value from the drop down menu /spinner, because that's what Android calls drop down menus. They call them spinners. So my intent, so we want to put extra, and let's see, I think we can put an extra long value. There we are. We can. So we'll be calling this what should we call this? Because we have a key value pair. We'll call it whale choice, and the long value will be what do we call it again? Forgot already. Choose whale sound. All right. So it's choose whale sound. And we also want to do the same thing for the off button. I'm not sure why we need it, but oh yeah, we need it for off button because if we don't put it here, we're going to put both of them into the receiver. We're going to have a broadcast and receiver here. If we have this and we ask the receiver to accept an extra, it might crash. So we just have to do it here anyway. Also put an extra long into the, let me pull this up, alarm off section to prevent crashes in a null pointer exception. I think there's something I can do, like if I say like if it's a null then don't do anything. So that's just another thing I probably should figure out. So put extra long value. Ooh, I don't see a long. It's weird. There you are. I don't think it actually matters. Whale choice. Sorry, we have to do the same thing. It's just I could have just copy and pasted it, to be honest. All right. So we just did this part. So we made this. We passed the string, or we have begun to pass. So now we have to have the receiver. And actually, it's not. I have to do a modification. We actually did not call this a quote ID. So we call this a whale choice ID, I think. I forgot what we called it already. Oh, just whale choice. Yeah, whale choice. That's what I called it. Come on, underscore. Alright, so now let's pass it to the receiver. So we'll go to the receiver, and we are going to fetch, here we fetched extra strings. So now we are going to fetch the extra longs from the intent. And this tells us which value the user picked from the drop down menu / spinner. I'm going to add in a comment here. This tells or it doesn't tell us, tells the app. Tells the app whether the user pressed the alarm on button or the alarm off button. So this one will tell us which value the user picked from the drop-down menu. So that's going to be long. We should probably get your whale choice. Choice. That's equal to intent. Get extra. We want to get the string or get long. And it was called something like whale choice, right? Whale. What was it called? It's whale choice. All right, whale choice with quotation marks. Excellent. So I'm going to make another long here. A log here, so I can just check that it got to the receiver correctly. So the whale choice is get your whale choice, and this will complain because it is a long, and these logs only accept strings, so just have to cast it to a string. All right, so our receiver should be working right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the emulator, and we're just going to check the log to make sure that the receiver is receiving this correctly. before we proceed to the ringtone service. So our emulator is running, and our spinner is working correctly. You can see that you can choose various whale sounds, and we're gonna pick humpback contact call whoop, and this should be ID number 2. It's still going to play the killer whale resident song because we did just have it like just by default play that one, but we're just checking to see if our alarm receiver is working in our logcat. So we'll just set the alarm to there and have it go on and see if it says, log 2 or ID number 2. Alarm off this. So 2 things I noticed have gone wrong. One is that if we can look at this whale choice, it's 0, and it should be 2 because we did pick the second one on the list. And it's telling us that we picked the first one on the list, which obviously we did not. Let me look at my notes here. Ah, crap. So obviously you can watch me troubleshoot. That's going to be fun. And another thing, it just took me a while to debug, but at first when I did this, I couldn't get the receiver to work, and I was really puzzled. And then I remembered I forgot to change the manifest when I moved my files over to the whale alarm. So obviously you need to register your receiver and register your service if you want them to work. So maybe I was right. Maybe this long thing is not working out, or it should be working out. I am a little confused. Let me think about this for a minute. Oh, and I forgot. The second thing that I want to talk about, or on my to-do list, is this thing. If I click alarm off, the notification still like tells me that alarm's going off, which obviously that's not going off. It's not. And if you look at the logcat, it's telling me, we are in the receiver. It knows it's the alarm off button. It's still saying wheel choice 0. When it should be, it's still saying that. But that's still a problem. But there's another problem in that, like, it's getting this notification and it should not be going off. And, it's logging that we are in this particular this one. See, it just like this is the bug per the app, and there's no music playing and the user pressed alarm off, and the notification is still going off, and I don't quite understand it because that command is right there. So that sort of bothers me, and I think what I'm gonna do, I might move this code up, out of the if else, and maybe just put up here instead of on the start command, because that might be oh, you know what? I just realized why this is not working. It's because we have this command right in the on start command, and this command start should be in the if else. Alright, so that I figured out how to fix that. I just realized that I'm not able to actually type. Like, I'm pressing things and I'm doing search, right? So I don't want to search. How do I not search? Yeah, I don't want to search for SSS. I want to search. I don't want to search at all. See, how do I get out of the search? Just enter? No, stop searching for stuff. If I press tab. Alright, off camera, I'm gonna figure out how to get out of this search bar. It's annoying. Yeah, stop. Come on, stop searching. I don't know how to get out of the search. Anyway, I'm gonna figure out how to do this, and then I will go back and fix the ringtone service. Okay, so I'm back. That was totally stupid. I had just had to completely restart Android Studio. I don't know why they I couldn't get out of the search thing. It was just totally dumb. Um, anyway, so this onStart command for notification is set up in the onStart command, and actually what we want to have this pop up in only this if else statement if there's no music and you want to start. So if the user sets an alarm and alarm goes off, that's when you want the notification to set off, not just whenever you know, the receiver gets something. So that's fixed. And what was the last other problem that I wanted to fix? Oh yes, the this spinner thing. So it seems to not be actually outputting what we wanted to output, which is the ID. So I was trying something new with this whole long thing, but maybe I'm not sure what's going on. So obviously it's not working. This is weird. I'm going to actually make a toast. So we can see what's going on. So you can see me. So maybe we do need to convert this to an int because I'm going to see what happens when I convert this to an int. And yes, int. If it doesn't work, then I'll start toasting around. But then if it doesn't work, then we'll actually we'll do toast and actually troubleshoot it the proper way. So I'm going to start up my emulator and see if this works, and I will start this video again when my emulator is fully warmed up. So my emulator is running. I'm going to have a humpback flipper slash and set it to the time and see if this will work. And it should just have a killer whale sound, but we'll just see if this spinner is working. Awesome. Our notification's going off, and we press alarm off. It stops, and the notification doesn't come back on. So we fixed the notification problem from last time. The whale choice is still 0, so I guess changing it to int does not actually solve the issue. Alright, so that means we actually have to start troubleshooting for realsies. Okay, okay, so we'll have to start making toasts in the main activity. And here's, you can see me how I go about troubleshooting code, which is a lot of programming. Yeah, so a lot of programming is just troubleshooting, so you'll get to see me how I do it. So I want to make a toast, and that should just show me what's going on. So we're going to make a text, context, character sequence. I can't see what the rest of this is. I'm just going to, oh, I see. I don't know what the difference between these two is. I'll just do that. So I want to get context. Oh, this is so slow because the emulator is running in the background. So I want to get the parent, get context. The spinner item is, and I want to say the ID. And our toast length, or can we just do length? No, I have to do toast dot length. Come on, length short. That should be okay. And we have to do show. So, oh, this is really long, so I'm just gonna put it over 2 lines. And this will show if this ID is if it's able to read it. So I might have done that wrong because remember I did like sort of break this whole thing in my last video, so that might have broken my whole app. Oops. We'll see if that works, if that was the case. So first let's clear this so we can actually read what's going on. So looks like we are not able to actually read the spinner because normally if the spinner is working, then oh, you know what I just realized? We don't do you know why the app can't read the spinner? It's because we don't have an on-click listener. Obviously. So we have to set an on-click listener for the spinner up here because we set the adapter, set the values, but we don't have an on-click listener, of course. Sorry, this is new to me too. So we have to set an on-click listener to the on item selected method. Of course. So our spinner set on item selected listener. This. Okay, so now it should work. Sorry, such an obvious thing. But of course, this ringtone thing was also an obvious thing too. So, sorry, I'm actually new at this as well. Okay, so I'm gonna start it again. Spinner item 0. Now, oh, spinner item is 8. Yes, now our thing works. So, great. Let's just set this to flipper splash, and see when the time comes. Is it working? Oh, it's still 0. Why is it still 0? Okay, stop. We don't need this because alright, so I guess that did not solve the problem. But we know that the spinner's working, but for some reason it's not coming out to this whale sound. I'm gonna have another log here. Yeah, I'm gonna put another log here in the on button. I'm going to log the whale ID is, I'm gonna do choose whale sound. Now it has to be a string. I'm gonna cast that to a string. Ooh, actually you can't cast it that way, so it's string value string dot value of, come on, and we do a int. We can choose this back, change this back to long later. What's wrong? I don't get it. Oh, right. We need a comma here. Alright, so let's run this again and see if if our choose well sound is being passed out of the method. Alright, so let's pick tail slaps. So we know the spinner item is 1, so it knows that it's yay! So now alright. So you can hear, I think I turned speakers on for now. I turned off my speakers off earlier. So we know it's being passed out of the method because the will ID is 0. But when it gets to the receiver, it's 0. When it gets to the receiver. And that sort of bothers me. So obviously it's not being passed into the receiver. So that's good. So that's bad. I gotta stop this. So I gotta stop this Oracle, this killer whale thing. It's a little bit distracting. Oh, because now it's a long. Do we have to change to an int? Integer. Get int. So that might have been it. Let me try it again. Troubleshooting. I'm gonna put this code up on GitHub so you guys can just copy in one good go. This was a lot of troubleshooting on my part. I apologize. We cleared all this and should be up. So let's whale song. This is the 6th one. Alarm on. Well ID is 6. Excellent. So it's here. Okay. Alright, so when we go here and click alarm off. Alarm off. Come on, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear this anymore. Okay, oh my god. My aim sounds slow. So we know it's working. So okay. So we passed it successfully out. Okay, so first I'm gonna go over things we did. We set the on click listener, very important. We have to pass it out of the on item select listener. I'm gonna get rid of the toast and comment that out. So we don't need a toast now. And once we do that, we have to pass it to the receiver, which took a while because we had long and ints and Java is a strongly typed language, so that was a little annoying. So I'm gonna change the int. So anyway, sorry it took so long. So in this video, I guess we only were able to pass values out of the spinner. So in our next video, yeah, so we were only able to basically do this in our current video. So in our next time, we will be doing the service logic. Alright, see you in the next video.